Welcome back to the Ridgeway Pod with your host again, Udoy, with the co-host Ush. And
How's it going, guys?
welcome back to this second episode. Loved all the love that was given for the first episode. And yeah, we can't appreciate it enough. And yeah, for today's episode, we're going to be talking about majority NBA awards. So we're going to be talking about all NBA teams, all three of them, and the NBA awards for the regular season this year. Let's see if our picks are the same, if they're not, and maybe some debates will happen. We'll see. Okay, Ush, you want to take it away with your picks?
All right, so we'll start off with all NBA teams. So I'll go with my first team. My first team, I think it's pretty simple. I think everyone has this: Luca, Shea, JT, Greek Freak, and Jokic. Those are my five. I don't think there's a. What are your five?
Yeah, no, I don't think there's much debate when it
there's
comes to
there's not really.
the first team. Like Luca, Shea,
Yeah,
Jokic. Those are like top
yeah.
three
I've
in
been seeing
MVP
people.
too. So like
I've been
that's
seeing people say like Brunson over Jason Tatum. I
so
can't. I
I
can't do it.
started seeing that too. Like
Can't do that.
it's like a late push for Brunson to
Yeah,
sneak in, but I just think Jason Tatum, as quiet as it might seem because of the other candidates for MVP being so loud, I do feel like he's getting slighted a little bit. And like, come on, Boston
100%.
Celtics, like it's crazy.
Dude, they're 15 games up on the East, 8 games up on the entire league.
Yeah,
He's and his number. It's like his numbers are. I have it right here: 27, 5, and 8 on
yeah,
37, 47% from shooting. Like
yeah.
played 75 games. They're number one seed by far. I don't think there's really a debate between him and Brunson, but people are gonna try to push them out. People, the Celtics. Everyone hates them now. So yeah, well, everyone always hates them, but yeah,
Yeah, no, the thing about like when it comes to all NBA teams, I guess I should preface it with like team success matters for sure, but I don't think I
Mhm.
give team success as much precedent as if it was like an individual award, like an MVP
Yeah,
award.
yeah.
So I don't want to say like, oh, just because the team has the great record, they deserve that team.
I think
That's
that's
fine,
just the edge.
but yeah, and that's the thing. And I think Tatum overall still been better than
It's like
Brunson.
it's
I
like
mean,
coming
he's a
down.
lock. He's not even like just making it in.
Yeah,
He's
like
him.
coming down on like the second and third team. Like a lot of these players are on lower seeds that we're probably gonna
Yeah,
have, but they
player
have like crazy
performance, right?
seasons.
Yeah.
But my thing is with the whole JT Brunson argument is that like if I'm 15 games ahead of you, that means like the entire season I've been kind of like they're up by in the
Better.
third quarter, they're up by
Yeah.
20 points. They go
Yeah.
home and sit down. They don't stat pad or whatever you guys want to say. Stat pad's not a real thing. Everyone gets stats, but yeah, that's why I don't. That's why I can't like. That's why I put that credence on those 15 games because it's like, dude, they're sitting for so they were playing. He's playing like 32 minutes a game or something.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
35 minutes a game, and it's like
at the end of
barely
the
of
day,
them. Like a lot of them were
at the
whatever
end of the
games.
day, he's their ace. He's
100%.
he's Mr. Boston Celtics. He's Jason
Mhm.
Tatum. He deserves that
Yeah,
wholeheartedly. And Giannis, just to end it off, amazing season from him.
dude,
Yeah, just
30
go
points
for it.
per game on 60% shooting. I don't think that's ever been done. Ever.
It's elite.
That's a
Yeah,
nuts season.
it's crazy.
Like that's why people like he's not my MVP, but that's why people be like having him as an MVP.
Right.
Okay, let's
Okay.
get on. So we'll
That
get
was
into the
quick.
second team. Yeah,
Yep.
the first team's pretty easy. So okay, so my second team I got Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Braun, KD, and Kawhi. That's my second team.
But
I got
you said Brunson,
yeah,
KD, LeBron, Anthony
yeah.
Edwards, and AD.
No, Kawhi
Oh, Kawhi.
and
Sorry.
KD. Yeah,
KD.
Kawhi,
Yeah, yeah,
KD, Braun, and
yeah,
then Brunson and I
yeah,
don't got 80 there because I kind of feel like the Clippers they had a good season. It's not like they didn't have a bad season. They had a really good
yeah.
season. So I'll give the credence to Kawhi to be the second seed. I mean to be the second team, and then 80 he's gonna be on my third team. What about you?
Yeah. So funny enough, when I did my draft, for some reason my brain continues to go back to like the old way with like
Mhm. Oh,
position
like two guards.
you guys
Yeah,
who are this-
yeah.
and it's funny enough. Okay, so list it first, but then it's like
Technically, though, it's
I
kind
was
of working out that way this
yeah.
season.
Well, I
Cause
was okay.
like
So I
yeah,
was debating, right? And like, so this is how I kind of went. I think Kevin Durant deserves second team.
yeah,
I think LeBron deserved it.
yeah,
Kawhi, I think, deserved it too.
yeah,
And then Brunson for sure. Brunson
yeah.
also. Then I was like, I don't know. I guess, watching a lot of Lakers games too and everything. It's
Hmm.
like, and just the dominance. It's like, I was like, I put in Anthony Davis on my second
No,
team.
AD had such an insane season this year. It
It
gets
was crazy and
lost.
healthy. Like
It
he was
gets
there.
lost. Yeah, he played 72 games. He played 76 games this season,
Hmm.
25 a game, 2.5 blocks, 4 assists, 12 rebounds. I think he's top three in rebounds.
In rebounds.
Him,
Yeah.
Sabonis, and
Yeah.
Gobert. I think that's what it was. And
Hmm.
then he shot 55% from the field. In like
Like he
he
was
had such an it
dominant,
gets
man.
lost. It gets lost because of how much slander he gets with all the
Well,
always
this
hurt and this
season
that
was
whatever.
also a little
Yeah,
weird.
there's
So
also like we're the
yeah,
10th seed, 9th seed. Now we finally certified the 7th
7.
seed, but
Yeah.
which I think that gives a little bit of credence now for both of these guys. Could be all NBA second team, but
But
yeah,
here's
no, I
another
don't
thing.
disagree with you on that.
Here's another thing. So I had AD, but then I don't think AD was as big of a like a conflict for me as much
Mm.
as Kawhi and Ant was.
No, 100%.
So that
No,
one was more. I was like, I actually, we were doing this, so that was the first draft. Then I was like, no, man, Ant was crazy this year. He should be first or second team. Like
that's where
that's the
my
thing.
conflict came up because my
Yeah.
one was like it's either AD or Kawhi, and I was like, okay, I'll give it to
Mm,
Kawhi because
yeah.
like Lakers having two All NBA second team players and being the 7th seed, it looks weird to people.
Right.
So I was like,
That's
okay,
true.
I'll give that to Kawhi. They're the 4th seed. I'll give it to him, and AD will be my 3rd team. But I'm not mad at like
Yeah,
so.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
those
And
four are secure though. Brunson, Braun,
KD,
KD, and
I guess
no,
Ant
those
for you.
three are secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and secured for me. But yeah,
Yeah. No, see, and that's the thing. So I almost forgot about it. That's why I was like, damn, does Kawhi? So that's why I was like, as as we were pressing record, I feel like I was like,
yeah.
I think Ant might take off either Kawhi or AD in this. Now it's like, where do you want to go with? Like, pick your poison type of
Yeah,
situation, and like,
because like Ants,
yeah,
look, they're the three.
it was
It's
crazy
basically they're all the 1 seed.
the
All
whole
the
time.
OKC they had the whole season as 1 seed.
Yeah.
26 a game, 5-5, 46% shooting. Great season, 35 from the three. He had a great
Yeah.
season. I think their offense is one of the most suspect offenses, and still he's having those stats with
Right.
the two bigs and Nas Reed and all them. Like they have a big lineup. They're defensive heavy, especially we can't forget the defensive part, which that's why that's you could give that that's why people be giving the edge to AD or but if I was going Ant or Kawhi and AD's already there, then I'm taking Ant because he had a better season and he's
Hmm.
better record and everything like that.
Yeah. No, that's
And
for
then,
sure. That's why it's like I'm not mad, like
mm,
if tomorrow and then like the teams come out and I see one of those guys are not in it, it's like no, but the other two are. It's like yeah, I get it.
100.
Like so it's
One
hard
thing
to
I will
really
be mad
argue that.
about though, I've been noticing people putting like Braun 3rd team all NBA.
I saw that.
I'm
I
not
saw that.
having it. I'm not having it.
So here's
Him,
the thing.
him and KD are locked in. Him, KD, and Brunson are locked in for something. They have insane seasons.
Yeah.
The like Braun, I like, dude. I know people like, oh, why you guys all talk about his age, blah blah blah, but you got to give credence to that point too. Like he had
Hmm.
such an insane season. He's so efficient. He's been the clutchest player in the league. When we get to that award, we'll talk about that part. But yeah, I don't think Braun can even like Braun
Yeah.
3rd team or off the NBA. Not having it. Not having that
Well, so
conversation.
so that's my thing too with like AD. No, sorry, LeBron. It's like so okay. If you don't want AD and LeBron on the second team or like first team, I don't think they'll make it. But like like on that second team together, it's like who do you pick? Okay, like like gun to your head, like who are you gonna pick? And it's like I still think even though they kind of work like like synchronized, like both of them, like they have to perform for the Lakers to perform well. I think LeBron did a lot this year, just edging
See,
out.
like AD had such a crazy season, but we watched it when you watch the games.
Yeah,
We just watched it. The Pelicans game just happened.
like LeBron take
LeBron went to
over.
the bench. LeBron went
Yeah,
to the bench,
yeah.
and the Pelicans, went crazy on Twitter.
It's
I
the
was like,
same old
"AD, what are you
song.
doing? I know AD's
Yeah,
hurt, blah blah blah." But it's like, Braun went to
yeah,
the bench. Pelicans made a comeback. Braun comes back. The lead goes back to 15. Braun goes to
yeah,
the bench again. Like that. That always happens. That's why I always. That's why well, that's my biggest problem with the Lakers is AD's not the best player still, but
yeah.
so Braun is still the best player on that team.
Yeah,
Like
that's
no
why
matter what,
I
you
don't
know
know
what I
why
mean?
that's like a big debate and all that
It's
stuff.
not. It
So
shouldn't be. Yeah.
yeah, like
No.
okay, if anything, LeBron and like Kevin Durant, I don't see too much of a difference this year. Is what I'm thinking. Like when
No,
I
not
watched
at
with
all.
my own eyes, it's like
And
both
honestly,
elite.
in my opinion, I think Braun's been better this season than KD, but both are elite. Both
Yeah.
elite.
So
Like,
it's like, oh, one should be a lock and the other is debatable. It's
yeah,
kind of
it's
funny.
like yeah, it's not
Yeah.
really a thing.
Yeah, man.
All right, and
Crazy.
then we get
Whatever
to
age. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's nuts. And then
But
we get
yeah.
to third team. This is where shit gets
This is
tough.
the spicy one.
This
Yeah.
is because honestly, like I have like 6 players. I have like 8 players here, and I
Yeah.
don't even know what to choose from. I just picked a bunch. I think I got some locks, and then some aren't really locks. So I'll go off. So Jaylen Brown, I'm giving it to him.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, that's going to be defensive player of the year, so I'm giving it to him. And then Zion, I'm giving it to Zion. Insane season, played more than 65 games this season. We
Mhm.
saw him during the play-in, and then AD, obviously, I'm going to give that to AD. And then my last spot, this is so hard. It's for me, it's between Curry, Sabonis, Fox, and Book. And
Oh.
any one of those 4 can get it.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna get it. And I know people are gonna say like Halliburton
Yeah.
and maybe Paolo, but his Paolo stats are just not up to that level. So I'm not putting him there. But Halliburton, I said this on Twitter, but this is before we started potting. But the fact that he wanted to be on base so bad that he tanked his own stats,
Yeah.
like like we can't just pick and choose what points of the season we end this person's season at.
Yeah.
Like like I've seen a lot of NBA media voters guys like putting Halliburton on the list, but I'm like, dude, since like January 20th when he came back, he's been awful. He's been playing like Michael Kidd Gilchrist, like he's playing awful. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't have him in those 4 that I have. So it's Curry, Sabonis, Fox, or Book in that last spot. But then yeah, what are your 5?
So my thing, so the thing that's funny there is that with how I named my second team, so obviously Ant is there, but then now I'm like, maybe Ant should be there and like either Kawhi or AD drop. So that's like one, that's like that.
That's one of those.
Okay, we'll say Ant for like
whatever
sake.
for your third team,
Whatever. Yeah, I also had Book in it.
Okay,
I had Book. I think, and then also I was thinking of, who else was I thinking of? Okay, Jaylen Brown. And I gave mine to Curry too.
And then your last spot, you have one more spot. I think you said Ant.
Oh, Gobert. Sorry, yeah.
Gobert.
See,
Yeah,
the center thing came up again. So or not a center even, like a big man. It's just like
I think Gobert's locked in there.
I think Gobert
is locked
it.
in
So
there.
That's the thing.
If you're gonna be defensive player of the year, you got to be an All NBA. Like you have to be. You're not gonna be first team, but you're gonna be an All NBA. I feel like that's locked in.
The reason why I have Curry in it is like statistically he was like fire, like in terms of
Curry.
Like,
amazing! Like
individualism,
he had a great season. Yeah,
like Curry had a great year. I feel like
Curry 26.
Yeah,
go ahead.
26, 4.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 45% from the field. And like we know, it's funny because LeBron
had 5 higher. LeBron finished higher.
But like
we took your 3-point shooting too.
No, but like Curry had an amazing season, so I'm like, no, he deserves the third team spot. It was, but again, it was a lot of like debatables, right? And the thing that's Fox and Sabonis, because you mentioned them, right? Like I was thinking about Sabonis, because like I feel like Fox kind of chilled up, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't think they did enough to kind of jump over those guys individually.
You know what's so funny? You don't want to know something so funny? Let me pull up his stats real quick.
Who?
I'll tell you. Let me just pull up his stats. Okay. So 27, 7 and 4 on basically 50% and on 36%.
Like a blind reveal.
This is Devin Booker, bro. Booker.
I have him.
Devin Booker is like I feel like all of us, even us included, have like nah, we don't fuck with Book. Like we don't like him. Like Devin Booker should be. I think he should be. He's not going to get into All NBA, but he has such a good case for it. But it's like, there's also the thing of people liking you. Like, like
I think so. And I think that's how, like, as fire as Halliburton was at the beginning of the year, I think Halliburton's likability is also helping him a little bit. I don't know.
100%. I honestly think Zion is the one that, like,
he's getting overlooked.
In the last half of the season, he just took it over because he played better than everybody.
And
Like,
also,
he's
you're
played better
right.
than
You're not
anybody.
wrong. Bi was injured.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. Based on the last two Laker games, even though the Pelicans lost those games, well, not the second last one, but that last one and some other games, it's like, yo, like he's such an exciting, like, not he's not a prospect anymore, but a player. Like he's just like, we saw
That's
it
the
since high school.
that's the Zion that we should be seeing for the last 4
Yeah.
years. We didn't get it because of injuries and whatnot,
Yeah.
but like we're finally getting it. But if you look at Zion's stats, like for the entirety of the season, he's at
Yeah.
23, 5-5 on
Mhm.
57%, and he shoots 33% from three. He doesn't
Yeah.
take a lot; it takes like one or two a game. But
Yeah.
like his stats don't look as good. Like, I just named off book stats. Books are like stats like way better than Zion's.
Yeah.
But I feel like Zion's impact
Mhm.
just I think he'll get that spot. But I
Yeah.
think JB, Gobert, and AD, or for
Yeah.
your sake, Ant or Kawhi, those guys are locked in.
Yeah.
And then those last two spots,
Yeah.
it
Like
could
I have
be
Curry.
Zion,
Yeah.
Curry, Sabonis, Fox, Book. Really just comes out to the voters. I honestly don't know what to pick at that point.
Shout out to Jalen Brown, because
Yeah.
he had a really good season.
Great season.
Like amazing. I mean, Boston in general was sick, but like, you know how last year kind of ended, like
Mhm.
they make him go left, all that
Yeah.
stuff, and we all like took part in that joke. Like it was
He's
like,
23 a game on 50% shooting, 35 from three, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
there
Like
was there was
on
lots
the
of
one seed,
games
like he had it.
where
We won.
he
Yeah,
was the
100%.
one who closed the game, like
You
took
know, when
over
like when people be like,
quietly for his mission.
Jason Tatum be doing the 80 thing where they just be like not caring, shooting the bricks,
Yeah,
17 points, something like that.
yeah,
And you see, I remember that Denver game, where they lost, but it was going down to the wire.
yeah.
He was going crazy. We were looking at Tatum like, Tatum, do something. It was like the 2022 finals again,
Finals
where
again. Yeah,
we're like, Tatum, do something, and it was really
yeah,
JB hitting these clutch shots,
yeah.
all that. So I think he's locked in for that second team.
13.
16 of 13,
Yeah, yeah.
65 wins. You're not gonna have two on-B players.
That's the thing. So that's why it's like, wait a
like
minute. Wait,
like,
what?
like the Lakers are gonna have two on-B
Yeah,
players,
kind
and
of weird.
the 65 win thing's not gonna have two. I think they're gonna have the two.
Yeah, when you
So,
spell it out like that, it's like, wait a minute.
it just looks
What
weird.
did I do there?
I will say though, the league is just so much more talented now. Where like
Yeah,
teams are gonna miss out. Like really good teams are gonna miss out on awards just because that's how crazy the season is.
yeah.
When we get to our the NBA
Award.
awards
Yeah,
part in a bit, we're gonna notice that because we're gonna have so many good teams or
yeah,
so many good players being costed by the fact that their team's either bad or
but
good,
yeah,
or stuff like that. So
that's true. That's
yeah,
true. So
you
yeah,
want to
so
get
those
into
are
it?
kind of our all NBA,
Those are all NBA teams.
all NBA teams. Not too controversial. I think
I don't
everyone was
think so. Yeah.
kind of in the mix, like regardless.
It's
But
that third
yeah,
team that's really controversial, but yeah.
the
I think
third
the
team.
first team
Yeah,
I think the first team's locked. The second team has three or four locks.
yeah,
And then the third team's kind of like a free for all other than Gobert and JB. That's how
yeah,
I feel like. And
yeah.
there's like
Got
7 players who can go in there.
right,
All right.
right, right. Okay, so
Awards time.
let's go.
Okay, well, you want to do MVP last or MVP first?
Okay, yeah, let's do MVP last then.
Okay,
Like,
well,
I guess we'll
MVP
build up
last?
to it. I think the easiest one we could start with is Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year. Salute Wemby.
Shout out, no, Paul George. No, I'm joking. Paul George,
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Brandon Miller. No,
Yeah.
it's Wemby. It's the alien.
Yeah.
The
Let me name off
basketball.
his stats this season. 21 points per game as a rookie. 3.6 blocks per game. I remember I read a stat. He had over 300 blocks. I think over 280 blocks, and that was third in stocks. That's steals and blocks combined.
Yeah,
And then he's also first in stocks because he has the most steals and blocks. That's insane. That's insane.
yeah, that's wild.
10 rebounds a game. He's shooting 46% from the field. Obviously, the Spurs are a bad team. They had a bad season, blah, blah, blah. But we watched him go to war, too. Every single time he played a big game.
Yep.
Played the Lakers. He beat the Suns 3 times. He swept them.
Mm-hmm.
Played the Lakers really well. Every time he went to war against, we watched the Nuggets game. They were down 17 or 19 points.
Yep.
And he had 17 points in 3 minutes. Like, he's the biggest alien ever. Like we saw his new logo and everything.
Yeah.
He's like the next Braun, Braun type player. I don't think there's even a shout out. What's the kid's name? Brandon Miller. He's great
Yeah,
season,
Brad
and
Miller. And I think Chet's
um,
in the voting, right?
oh,
Because this is
Chet's in
his
the
first
voting.
official
Chet had a great season.
great year.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
my thing with just a quick thing about like Wemby, because you pretty much said it all, but no, a phenomenal player. And the thing about it is, the whole joke about like, oh, it's like, oh, do these players does the team have that dog in them, right? Like to me, it's like it's funny because it's like it's not a real thing, really, not all the time. But for Wemby, it's like for these like the young players, you kind of need to have that. It's not just about like oh, they're just getting their stats, empty calories sometimes people call it and stuff because their teams aren't the best. But it's also like when you see them play, I guess it kind of goes with that eye test, but it's not even like their technical ability, like skills. It's like
yeah,
the want, the willingness to like,
dude.
I know my team is not like gonna do anything, but let me
He's
see if I
already
can.
face of the franchise.
Yeah,
He's already bigger than life. You know what I mean? It already
yeah,
seems like he's bigger than life.
and like Chet also I think has that too,
Yeah,
like
100%.
that like confidence to
Yeah.
like let's go, let's go, let's try to
It's
get
a
this
funny,
win.
that funny meme of like, like I find that argument of like the Chet argument funny because it's like people be looking at like advanced stats and stuff like that for a
Yeah,
rookie, and it's like,
yeah,
guys, like that it
yeah,
doesn't really matter. Like,
yeah.
Chet had a great season too. Chet did
Mhm.
plays a completely different role than Wemby plays.
Right,
He's a completely
100%.
different circumstance than Wemby is. They had a
Yeah.
great season, but it's just not as good as the Wemby season because you can give it up. Wemby's been on his ones. He's not getting fed
Yeah.
anything. People for the entire season
It's
we're
the
making
opposite on
memes
that team.
of people like who don't want to give him the ball. Like,
No, like
you know what I
there
mean?
was
Like,
like footage. There's footage, and
yeah,
it's like, oh, is this real or is this a
Jeremy
joke?
Sochan or whatever doesn't want to give him the ball.
Yeah,
I hate that
like
dude, by the way.
no, nobody wants to just throw the ball up, bro. Like just
Yeah,
throw him a lob, please, anybody. But yeah, man, Wemby rookie of the year for sure. When it comes to young players, like I said, if you have that confidence, I think it puts you in that extra like thing where it's like, oh,
mhm,
the future's bright. And Wemby definitely has that. Like he just has the mentality, I think, and whatever it is, it's leading him to win this rookie of the year, rightfully so.
100%.
So yeah,
Um, did you wanna talk about real quick all rookie team? Like, who do you think is gonna be on that all rookie team?
if you can go like say
Yeah.
what you think, because
Well, I think it's gonna be Wemby, Chet, Brandon Miller,
one
um,
of the twins, no? I think it
Amen
was
Thompson
yeah,
probably,
yeah, Evan
and
was
Derek
so good.
Lively had a great season because I don't think they're doing
Oh, the positions?
the positions for it anymore. And
Okay.
then for second team, um, Pod, the Warriors kid, Keontae George,
You can't do is good.
Gigi Jackson,
I have Jaime too. I would have
and then Scoot, and then Jaime. I think that's what I got. Yeah,
yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
I think that's pretty universal. The whole. I don't think there's
yeah, like
a
it's not
really a
really
thing.
controversial or anything like
Yeah,
that. So yeah, no, shout out to all of them. Like
yeah.
hopefully Scoot has a better year because he was second overall pick and keys to the city after Dame's
Mhm,
gone and I guess
mhm.
DJ left too.
Yeah.
So it's just like what are you gonna do? And
This
like
this rookie class is kind of elite.
it
Like
was cool.
we'll probably talk about the draft at some point, but I'm not really too high on a lot of the players. A lot of international players coming. We'll see how good they are, but
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
the kids from college and stuff like that, I'm not really
yeah.
too high. We'll
It's
see how that
there's
goes.
no like generational can't
No,
miss
there's no
talent.
generational talent from
Yeah,
this one. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
Let's go to the next award. I think it's pretty straight shot. Executive of the year. I think it's just Brad Stevens.
Oh,
I don't think like I just put
I
it in
didn't.
there.
Yeah,
Like I don't
like
think we need to think about it. Like it's
yeah,
pretty easily Brad Stevens.
yeah.
I don't think any other team, like maybe the Knicks GM, maybe. Oh, that could be a
Oh
thing.
yeah, like
Yeah.
because the trades and like they did reshuffle their team a
And they're the
lot.
second team.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and they're
mean,
just
their second seed.
they also dealt with
Scott
lots of
Perry. That's
injuries
his name.
too. So like
Yeah.
that team as a whole, like
Yeah.
the Knicks, man, they're always like crazy. They're always bipolar in a way where it's just like you don't know if it's gonna be crazy good or
I
crazy
feel like this
bad.
is their like. I said this in the pod the
It
other
was a
day,
very
but
yeah,
this is one of their best seasons ever. So I wouldn't be,
yeah.
like people
It wasn't
like
too
if this,
dramatic either.
yeah, if the Celtics
Yeah,
get taxed for being too good, maybe the Knicks GM I wouldn't. But I think
yeah,
Brad Stevens is winning it regardless.
yeah.
And then we'll get this other easy award out the way. Coach of the year. I
Oh
think I think that's Mike Dagnall.
yeah.
I think that's
You
pretty
were about to
easy.
say Mike D'Antoni for a second. I'm like, wait, what?
No, Mike
He's back.
D'Antoni, let's go. He's back.
Back.
No, but I think yeah, Mike Dagnall or whatever his name is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Any honorable mentions?
well,
Yeah.
other than what's his name? The Celtics coach
Mazzulla.
Mazzulla,
I'm not gonna
because they
lie.
win 65 games. So
As much
64
as
games.
we joke about this and everything, and like, running his players to the ground type of narrative,
Tom,
Dibs, he cooked. He's
they're
not coach
gonna
of the year cooked, but
problem. The
he
problem
cooked.
is like I don't think he's. I don't. But I don't think. He'll might be third, but I don't think he's had a better season than the other two. Like I think there's a. I
No,
think
no,
there's a
like I don't.
significant gap
I think
between them.
OKC is the gap. Like everything falls from
Yeah,
on there. No,
yeah.
okay, no, Missoula obviously Boston
Mazzulla's
was
there.
crazy.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
that's probably unfair to say,
Yeah,
but yeah,
if the Celtics are a super team, then
yeah,
then their coach got to get some credit. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
they're not a super team.
yeah.
They're
Shout out
not.
Steve Kerr, super team.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one, sixth man of the year.
Ooh,
I got Nas Reed.
so
I don't know if he's eligible because I don't know how this. I don't know how it works because people be like
yeah,
ineligible then eligible.
legible.
Yeah,
So I'm not
with
gonna
the
lie,
minutes and stuff like
I
that.
had Malik Monk. He was
Malik Monk.
he was so good. Like
Mm,
he averaged 15.4 points a game, 44% from the field, 5 assists. He played 72 games. So like
mm.
he met the
Oh right, he
threshold.
did. He met the threshold,
He met the
right?
threshold. I
Yeah.
think he was crazy. The Nas
Oh,
Reed shout is not bad, but like I feel like also with Malik going down and Nas stepping up when Cat got injured, I think like
yeah, that's
it
true
happened
too.
all at the same time. So it kind of like
Yeah,
helped him build his case, which is not a
yeah.
bad case, but I think Malik did it for a longer
And Malik
period.
17 points per game this season.
15. He did
15.
15 points per
Yeah,
game.
well, yeah. Nas Reed was at 13, 5, 1 assist.
Yeah,
He shot 41% from three, which is very impressive,
that's
and
crazy. Yeah,
47% from the field. Also, he's the biggest meme on the internet, so
yeah,
I'll give him
yeah.
props for that. But
No, that's the
yeah,
thing.
Nas or Thing could either get it. Um, Other than that, maybe Bobby Portis again, like if
Right.
he's in the thing,
Yeah.
or Norman Powell maybe. But
Yeah, but I think those two are like
yeah,
the thing. I
I
know.
think
I
those are
honestly thought Monk was the lock
actually,
before the
I
injury.
might
Not
give
gonna
it
lie.
to Monk. I wasn't even thinking about him since he got hurt.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
also a
forgot about
lot of
that.
the games, like he kept them in there. Like he was a
100%.
spark plug. It's kind of like
We watched the games, dude. He's
yeah,
nuts on that team,
he's
bro.
insane.
Well,
Yeah,
after him and after Herder got out, I thought it was like, okay, these guys might
yeah,
be cooked, but like they still got Monk and everything. After Monk got out,
yeah. Then it's
I was
like
like, oh, they're finished. It's over.
yeah,
But
no, Monk.
you know,
I feel like
Monk
people
is
are
good.
forgetting about him. They
Yeah.
randomly start sleeping on him, and he hit
Come
the
back home,
threshold too.
Monk. Come back
So
to the Lakers.
yo,
You and Lonnie Walker, both of y'all.
yeah, you're good dudes. Okay, next one.
Next one
Most,
is
most
most
improved.
improved. Yeah.
Okay, this one also I think is a little spicy.
Okay, so I got Kobe White
Mm.
or Jalen Williams.
Oh, okay.
Let
So
me
for
list off
me,
this. You go, and
no,
then we'll
for
list off
me
all
though,
the players.
I had Maxi, and then Kobe White.
Tyrese Maxey, yeah.
Maxi, then Kobe, then but J Dub was good too. That's the thing.
Jada was nuts
The
this season,
insane
man.
leap, and I'm pretty sure he's a second year, like from right, like this is
It's
his
his second year, yeah. It's
second
his
year in
second
the
year.
league.
It's nuts, dude.
No,
Like,
he's
let me
yeah,
name his stats. I think he's at 19, 5, 4 and 4,
he's insane.
54% from the field, and 42 from three.
Yeah,
42 from three is impressive as hell.
no,
Plus, like,
it's great.
we watched like for the last 10 games or so when
Hmm.
Shea went out with his after the Jazz game with his quad injury.
Yeah,
He was against the Rockets game we were watching, remember? He
yeah,
was hitting those shots. He's going crazy.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
but I think I give the edge still um to Kobe just
Mm-hmm.
because Kobe's insane. He's also the same stats, 19, 5 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Tyrese Maxey, I really didn't even view him as I didn't
So,
think he
yeah.
could like Tyrese Maxey MIP though. It just kind of makes me think feel like it's like a when John Morant got MIP,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good.
like
That's a good take.
like
Yeah,
Tyrese is gonna be that. We know Tyrese is
he's a
gonna be that
star.
good. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese has been that good, but that's just my portrayal of him,
Yeah.
really.
So you didn't think
So
about him like that. So
yeah.
for me though, like, so
Oh
I
my
had
god, Tyrese averaged 26 a game. Okay,
yeah.
Tyrese,
So I
you
think
are the most improved player of the game.
so that's my thing. So Tyrese Maxey, okay. So
Holy.
listen to my reasoning behind this.
Yeah.
So coming into the season, Harden wants to leave and then leaves. Embiid was crazy, obviously, but then Embiid gets hurt. I feel like Maxey did enough individually to like again, it's not always team wins when it comes to MIP, right? It's like how individually, and I think he went from like 20 points a
I think
game
it's
last
purely
year
individual.
to
Yeah.
25.9 points per game, 6
That's
assists.
insane, dude.
And then he shot 40% from the 3-point line, basically.
Holy.
And like, that's the thing though, the ball's in your hand. What are you going to do? And guess what? Like, he kept them as float as they can.
Like 6 attempts from 3, and he's at 38. That's crazy.
Like, he was the floor general, essentially. And like, with
Yeah.
those pieces, and yeah, like Nick Nurse's coaching, I guess, helped too. So it's like, they did it. Like,
we see that Sixers team like on like
yeah,
that Sixers team is like, nah,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
So,
Like,
yeah,
I think where Embiid covers up a lot of that Sixers team. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So Maxey, no, yeah, Maxey is probably gonna get it.
That's it.
26 points per game.
He's crazy.
You know my rule with that shit.
Okay, I was gonna say for the disclaimer for those who don't know, and to all the listeners and watchers, Ushma has a specific rule about being
So,
him,
like,
I guess.
yeah, pretty much being him, being like you can be like a superstar type player, like you can be in that realm. You gotta average more than 25 on like 45 to 50% shooting. Like efficient, maybe 47 to 50, 25 per game. Like that is, I feel like that 25 a game threshold is so hard to hit for some of these guys. Like in the All NBA team, all NBA teams, the players we were listing off, some of them are like 23. Kawhi's at 23 a game.
I was gonna say, damn, Kawhi got some,
you know what I mean? Like JB's at 23 a game. Yeah, Kawhi, but Kawhi's a made man though. You know, that's why I gotta give him the, you know, like when you average 25 a game, like it's so impressive to me because the amount of shots you're taking, and you're efficient. Like you're taking threes, your amount of shots. That means that, and when you're averaging 25 a game, that means the defenses are on you. They're looking at you. You know, because a lot of players like a knock that people will give J-Dub in the future probably will be like, you know, when teams game plan, they game plan you second. You know, they game plan Shea first. They'll probably game plan Chet. But they won't game plan you, you know? So you're going to get your numbers off, but you're not even going to hit the 25 points per game threshold. That's why, like, Maxey this season, he was game planned because Joel Embiid went out for 40 games, 30 games,
exactly.
And he's at 26 a game. That's I think he's top 10 in the league then.
That's the thing too, right?
That's
like he was the focal point. Now it's like stop me, and it's like no, it looks like this kid knows basketball and he knows it well. Like,
look, I think there's only 14 players in the league that average 25 or more,
and he's one of them.
You know, and he's one of them.
No,
he's averaging more than Braun.
Yeah.
He's averaging more than Jokic. No, I think him and Jokic are right around the same. Averaging more than Ant, Kyrie, AD, Dame, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, Zion. All these guys I named. Paul George. Mr. Never hit 25 points per game in my career. But yeah, like that's my rule. Like that's just I feel like that's like that leap you can take to superstardom is that 25 points per game threshold.
Look, the lights were bright and he answered. Like that's all. And he
kept them afloat, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they didn't go all the way to like 12 seed, you know.
And
do the Memphis Grizzlies thing where they
throw the season.
Yeah.
So
they're right at 7-8 the entire season. They're maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, right around there.
Yeah.
No, that I think
most improved. Talk about it. Okay. So
next is DPOY. Did we do DPOY? No, we did DPOY? No, we didn't do DPOY yet.
Not yet.
So DPOY, I think it's going to be Rudy Gobert. It's going to be his 4th DPOY, by the way. 4 DPOYs is crazy, Rudy Gobert. He robbed a couple people, but I think the top 3 is Rudy, Wemby, AD.
Right.
You know, I know people are pushing for that Wemby, but my only drawback is for DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year, you have to impact winning. It has
a little
to,
bit.
Like, it has to impact winning. Like, you know, and you know, there's a lot. They're pretty much basically the last seed, and he had such a crazy season. And Wemby's gonna get. He might even break Rudy's record. You know, he might get 5 or 6 DPOYs. Starting next year, he might get DPOY.
Right.
But I think Rudy Gobert's the DPOY this season.
For me, though, like, okay, so I think Rudy also gets it. But I think Wemby, like, I think Wemby is the 1 seed. I think Wemby is the 1 seed. But I think Rudy is the 2 seed.
I think Rudy's the 2 seed.
I think Rudy also gets it. But I think Wemby is the 1 seed. and that would put him with Ben Wallace and Dikembe Mutombo with 4 each, which is a crazy,
Wow.
crazy, crazy feat. And the
That's
thing
crazy.
about it,
That's crazy.
yeah, and the thing about like Rudy here is that okay, his career is funny, right? Because people talk about a regular season and then playoffs, he doesn't stay in the games, that kind of stuff. We saw the clip with Boogie Cousins like saying like he shouldn't like get 4 like that. What does that say about the history of the league?
Yeah, no, hundred
So
percent,
first of all, I think it's a regular season, like it's per season award. I don't like the
hundred
whole
percent. Yeah,
historic aspect, like oh, like what does this mean for the whole like legacy of it? Like, does that
league.
put
Yeah,
is he as good as Ben Wallace? Is he as good as DK?
Mhm.
Like, no, this is this season, and sorry, like that
I,
he led the best defense in the league. He was a big part of it. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. It's not a playoff award. We like that's a given.
yeah.
And yeah, it's like he rightfully deserves it. Now, historically, what does that mean? Well, everyone's gonna have their preferences, so you guys can debate that on your future barbershop talk. But yeah, like I think he rightfully
I don't
gets it.
think. Yeah,
When it
I
comes
think
to
he's.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
when,
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
when it comes to Wemby and then Anthony Davis, because
Mm,
like I had AD and then Wemby, right? And
mm.
it's funny because to me it's like you start hearing that Wemby deserves the whole award, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
wait, I think AD's defense, and we know Anthony Davis is probably the better defender than
I
Wemby,
was gonna say I
like
think Anthony Davis is the best defender in the league. Like
in the league.
it's like
Yeah,
he has no DPOYs. He's the best defender in the
and then
league.
it's
He
gonna be
probably will go
crazy.
down
Like
as him and Braun are gonna be the two players that go down. And I think does Scottie Pippen have a DPOI? No,
no,
right?
it doesn't.
So those three players are gonna be like the most controversial non DPOI
DPOY
players ever.
at the played
But
at the high level of defense. Yeah.
they're the best of they're some of the best defenders of our lifetime. But AD, I think, is the best defender of the league.
Hmm.
But I'm still gonna give it to Rudy just because the stats that Rudy
Yeah.
has, he's right there up in stocks with the rest of them.
Yeah.
And Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves are the number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
Like by
and
tracking stats,
and then
they're the
and then
number one
a
defense
lot
in
of
the league.
people also try to I think like mine his like ability for this season because they have like Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, like
Yeah.
they got some good wing
He
defenders
finally
running
has
around.
perimeter defenders. Wow. Shout out
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell.
like
But
like
you know
exactly.
what I
So
mean? Like
I think no, I think Rudy gets it. I think AD would be second for me, and then
yeah,
Wemby. And I know okay, that's the thing.
yeah,
Like Wemby's gonna just get better, and he's gonna take
yeah,
over. Like we all
yeah.
know this, so it's
Yeah.
not really need to be like we don't need to
Yeah, I've been seeing
overhype it.
people saying 1B team. I'm not putting him in it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
a lot of
little
people
like premature. I feel like
he's gonna be first team all defense for sure. If you want, I think
yeah,
he's gonna be first team all defense, Wemby.
maybe I don't know.
I think it'll be him.
Is it
I think
positionless?
it's positionless now.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
gonna be
See,
five centers,
that's
you know what I
the
mean?
thing. It's
Like
like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be Rudy, Wemby, AD,
yeah,
probably what's it called Bam
yeah.
and
All centers.
Caruso. Probably Caruso's gonna be the only guard that makes it. And
And
then like
I will
and
no,
then like
never
Herb
forget.
Jones,
Never
Derek
forget
White in
Jaden. We got
there.
Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, I don't know if Jerry McDonald's
Nah,
is gonna make all defense. I don't
like
think so.
we
I
can
don't
never
think
forget.
so. You know what's so funny? I think the Celtics are probably gonna have like all of their awards, the player awards, are gonna come in that all defense team. I think they might have 3.
Oh,
I think it
Derek
might be
White!
3.
Shout out Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White. He
He
could be. Is he
he
six
gotta
man of
make
the
a
year
team.
candidate?
No, I think he's. I
No, I think he's
don't know.
played. I think he started the entire
He
season.
started. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. Wait, quick thing before we move on from this. The
Yeah.
whole Anthony Davis aspect of it is very interesting. Like just a random thought I had.
Mhm.
I feel like and like okay, let me see what you think about this. I feel like for Anthony Davis, yes, everyone knows he's a great two-way player and a great defender, right? Like amazing. However, when it comes to his flowers or whatever. Like, nobody goes like, oh, Anthony Davis. Like, and maybe it's a Laker hate thing or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be career wise, but it's also like, I feel like in the playoffs, because, more like they're more shown, even though the Lakers are
Mhm.
always showcased, but whatever, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when the playoffs come, people get more hyped about his
Yeah.
defensive
They go
stuff.
like,
But for the whole 82 games, they're just like,
still never say nothing. We saw it
bruh.
last year against the first series against Memphis because
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson Jr. won Defensive Player of the
And,
Year.
that's what I mean.
And then 80 goes, okay, let me show you who's Defensive Player of the Year once
Yeah.
again. He completely dominated them on the defensive end that series.
Exactly.
They
So,
couldn't buy
yeah.
a bucket on him.
That's the thing. Like, no, he against
And
the
then he dunked
Warriors.
on Jaren Sandit.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, and against the Warriors. Shout out Jaron Jackson though. Great year. Okay.
yeah.
So
Jaren Jackson. I don't hate you anymore. I like you now. So
there's a
yeah,
lot of
shout out
players
to
like
him.
that this year. We should do a
Yeah,
separate segment on
yeah. We should do a separate segment like
It'll be a
that.
funny clip, I
Players we like
think.
now.
It'll be
Okay,
interesting. But
so
yeah.
now we're here. MVP.
Yeah.
I think honestly this is the best race we've seen in so long.
It was a good
Like
one.
this is the best race. So top three MVP voting, the odds wise,
Yeah.
Jokic, Shea, Luca. My MVP is SGA. 36-6.
Oh, actually, okay.
I think SGA's I was gonna give it. To Luca. I'm not giving it to Jokic. I'm not doing it. But I'm just
Yeah.
but I was gonna give it to Luca. But he's 36-6. He shot 55% from the field, and it's all middies. He only takes middies. I watched like 70 games. It's my favorite team to watch. He only takes middies. Like, they're led to the 1 seed. I don't like. I get and also I feel like this edges him, which people are not taking into account. He's the 1 seed. They're all tied in standings. He holds the tiebreaker over the MVP, the favorite to win MVP, Jokic. He
Yeah.
literally gamed him. Like that's the shot. Like the turnaround midi. He
Yeah.
gamed him, won the season series against them. Those things, I feel like those things matters in this tight of a race. Shout out Luca. Luca had such a crazy season. 33-9-9. We've never seen that ever. They're the 5th seed. They won 50 games. So salute Luca. They actually won games, especially in this Western Conference. But I'm giving that edge. It's such a tiny edge, but I'm giving that edge to Shea, in my opinion.
Okay, so it's funny because for some reason I thought you might have been going to Luca, but then
Yeah, I was.
so,
I
so I
posted
was
my tweets. I was gonna do
so
it,
I
but I
was
was like,
thinking about it all thing. So that this is why it's funny because like all week and all day I was thinking about it before we like oh we're gonna talk about MVP. Who do I got? And then I went back to like how I used to kind of view MVP even back in the days, and I think
yeah,
like winning matters a lot. Like
yeah,
if especially if you're splitting hairs here.
yeah.
And
When
for
it's
me,
that close, yeah.
for me, it has nothing to do with like historicness, like, like oh
Mhm.
Jokic, third MVP, this and that. He rightfully could have got it, but I think I put SGA too.
You put Shea too?
I'm giving it to Shea
Yeah.
because the thing is, he showed up all year. He played. It's funny because you said you watched 70 games. It's like, damn, what happened to the other 5? He played 75 games, but anyway, so
Yeah, I'm not. I can't watch all 75.
no, but anyways,
None
no,
of
it's
this,
true.
bro.
Like I think he did it when it mattered most. He has he gamed them like you said.
Dude, he had so many clutch moments. He's had so many good like
Mhm.
games wise, like highlight games wise. He had
Yeah,
so many elite games, and
yeah.
his counting stats are just better than
No,
like
it's crazy. Like
Jokic.
he
Like,
has the
I feel like
stats.
it's better.
He has the stats. He has the number 1 seed, and he has also he could get a shout. I'm pretty sure he led the league in steals, no, or he's
Yeah, him and De'Aaron
I
Fox were
look at think
tied
he
1 and
could
2 for
sneak in an
steals.
all defense team too.
He
Like
could, he could,
yeah, I think so. So he's gonna I think he's gonna get it. And it's okay,
especially when you're splitting hairs like this. You gotta look at.
this comparison's a little weird because it's not I'm not saying it's entirely like this, but in 2011 when D Rose won the award and it's like
Yeah,
oh LeBron this and that,
yeah,
like they were the first seed.
yeah.
Like
That was the edge.
the Bulls were the first seed. Yeah, they won
Mhm,
like 60 games, I think 60 something. But
mhm.
anyway, so like and like you have LeBron, this like oh I'm the best player in the world, this and that.
Run at a
And
crazy
I think
season.
nobody can debate that Jokic is the best player in the world. I feel like
100%.
it like all around
I
just
think
like
it's a better year, better player. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah,
better
so
year
I think
conversation.
it's similar to that situation, and I think Shea just gets it. And not to say, oh, it's like he'll never win again. Like this is the beginning, and hopefully
This
he
is the beginning.
sustains
Yeah.
it. And he's
Also,
done his part. Like you got
yeah.
coach of the year, you have second in rookie of the year person, you have J Dub who could have won MIP, insane. Like he looks like he can be a
Mhm,
Robin too, not just
mhm.
Chet. And then Shea, it's like the perfect season for the OKC guys.
Also, we gotta
Yeah,
give a shout out to the OKC guys of being like nobody had them as the 1 seed. Not a
no,
single human
no,
being had them as the
yeah,
1 seed.
yeah, and the yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
And the
we
biggest
gotta
part of that 1 seed is Shea
is
Gilgeous
Shay. It's
Alexander.
Shay.
Yep.
Like him becoming even better than he was last year. He's
Yep.
he's so much more efficient now. Like it's insane. Like he's
Yeah.
just become such a better player from last year.
Mhm.
And the team, they're the second youngest team in the NBA. I think that's what it is. The
Yep.
average age is like 23, 25 or something like that. They're
No,
super young.
they're younger than some college teams that were in the
Yeah,
tournament.
they're college than UConn. Younger than
Something
UConn. I
like
think that's
that.
what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Shout out Shea.
Or Purdue or
Also,
whatever.
shout
Yeah.
out Toronto, Canada.
Yeah.
You know,
Canada.
he did it. And
Okay,
yeah,
so our awards go. We got MVP Shea, Defensive Player of the Year Rudy,
that was
Six
the
Man of the
same.
Year. Six Man of the Year. Who do we say?
I have Monk. I don't know if you changed your
Monk.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
Monk. I'm
okay.
with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Most Improved Player of the Year, Tyrese
I
Maxey.
had
I'm with
Tyrese.
you.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
changed it.
Coach
Yeah,
of the Year, Mike Bagnall.
yeah,
And Executive of the Year, Brad Stevens. That's what we got. That's our
yeah,
awards. All NBA teams we said in the beginning. I don't want to repeat myself, but yeah.
yeah. Too many names.
So
Whoever,
right now,
whoever the audience you guys are thinking of for all NBA, we probably said those names.
yeah, there's like 20 players that could be in that 13.
We have all NBA 4
Yeah.
teams.
Honestly, they might have to like
That's
extend it
so
out. Or
crazy. It's
you know what's one
talented.
thing I'm gonna give the shout out to all the players, all the old heads, the Kawhi, Braun, KD, Curry,
Yeah,
all them
showed
old
out.
heads. They played 65 games. They did it. They did it.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
people said, "Oh, the rules gonna fuck them up." This, that, whatever. They did it. They played the
They
65
did it
games.
though.
All of them played it.
Yeah,
I think Braun and AD both played 72 games. Like impressive as hell. Shout out to them.
yeah.
Okay, so to end off the pod, we don't want to go too long because we went really long last time. I'm just gonna do a quick
Unless
fire.
you guys prefer long episodes.
Yeah, if you guys. But we're gonna do a quick fire of what just we think that's our initial reactions to all the series. We're just gonna give our quick predictions. And in the future we'll get really in deep when we get like a couple of games in.
Mhm.
So we'll start in the Eastern Conference. So Celtics are either gonna play a Bulls or Heat. I think the Celtics are gonna sweep whoever, maybe 4-1, maybe they'll troll a game, but I don't think that's really a competition. You?
Yeah, so for me, okay, just to give my guess out of these two teams, I think the Heat is gonna edge out Bulls. I just think like Spoelstra can game plan that much.
Well, Caruso's out and Jimmy Butler's out.
Jimmy Butler's out, yeah. So and that's the thing. But I think Caruso is a bigger loss than Jimmy being out in a weird way, because when Caruso's gone, it's like Chicago, like what else do you got? Like, and when Jimmy's out, it's like what's new? Like for one game, like we got this. But when it gets to that, I think okay, wait, if it's Miami.
Oh, we're not doing this again. We're not doing
Miami. I was gonna say 4-1.
Yeah.
But if it's Miami, it could be 4-2.
They could be kryptonite.
Or Miami just wins, bro. Like,
I think the Celtics are just such an insane team, but that's just my bias.
Miami's the boogeyman for them, bro.
We'll go to the next one.
So the Cavs
I got it here. Cavs and Magic. Yeah. So these are my Cavs. I'm sticking to my team. I'm going. I love the Magic too, by the way. But the Cavs had such a bad ending to the season. But I'm gonna go with Cavs. It's gonna be a 7-game series, so it's really a coin flip at that point. But I'm gonna go Cavs. I think Donovan Mitchell plays like severely outplays Paolo, where it makes a big enough difference for them. But also the Cavs have no wing defenders for Paolo and France, so we'll see how that goes. What about you?
I think the Cavs win 6. I think they get it done in 6. I think it's gonna be very competitive though. I think
that's gonna
Magic are gonna be.
Everyone's saying that's the Timu series. I think it's gonna be fun.
No, I think it'll be like you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like all the people who love pure hoop. Basketball.
90s basketball.
Yeah, it's gonna be all that like
89, 93 game.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan lock in. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those series.
All right, the next one,
the script writer series, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indiana Pacers.
Hey, this is hilarious.
Wait, Giannis healthy?
I'm gonna go, dude. I'm gonna go out on a whim and say the Bucks are losing this series, and the Pacers are gonna win in a close series. But I think the Pacers. I'll say this: if Pacers get one of 2 games at home in Milwaukee, the Pacers are gonna win the series. I can't really give a game like what the game score is gonna be, 4-2, 4-3, but it's probably gonna be something like that. But if they get one of the two games at Milwaukee, I'm gonna go on a limb and say that they might win that series.
So
Milwaukee's just so shaky this season.
so I'm thinking about Milwaukee. Like I don't think they would get out in the first round like that. Like I think it's crazy to think about it.
They did it
But
last
I
year.
also take into the factor that Giannis is not 100%, but he's also like he has that LeBronness to him where it's like nagging injuries don't like derail him too
That's true.
much.
That's
He has
true.
that
Yeah.
like, oh, my ankle went this way,
Like,
but
you
I'm
can't
back
really see a
up in
significant change
yeah,
when
in
he
his
gets
game.
older.
Yeah, it's still him. So
Yeah,
I think Milwaukee takes it. I think they
yeah.
so that's the thing. Based on Giannis's level of like missing games and stuff, it could be I think it's like a 5 to 5. Maybe Indiana can push it to 7. That's why we call it the skip over series.
I think if Tyrese plays like pre-injury, it's a closer series.
Yeah, but
But if Tyrese plays
yeah.
like post-injury, yeah, it might
No,
be a
I
five
don't think
gamer.
so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's thing, and let's see what Dame does. Like maybe this is a series where he just takes over. So yeah.
All right.
So the
Um,
and the last series we have is the Knicks and the Sixers, which is actually
that's
that's
the best series, other than the
fireworks.
one in the West. But
Yeah,
that's the best series in the East. Give me the Sixers. Joel Embiid, you disappointed me. That play-in game. I need to see this. I need you to show yourself. Imprint, playoff run, go crazy. I think that this series is definitely going 7 games. Like, I don't think it's not
yeah,
going
I
seven
think
games,
so.
but I think the Sixers edge it out. Tyrese Maxey. I think it's that second tier, that Tyrese Maxey versus if Randall's healthy, or whoever that second
Yeah,
player is in the
Dante
Knicks.
DiVincenzo, of course.
Not to do- yeah, whoever that matchup is going to be the one
Yeah,
to secure the series. I think Jalen Brunson and Joel Embiid are going to get their numbers,
yeah, cancel
unless
each
Joel
other
Embiid gets
out.
trophy.
I
Yeah,
honestly think this series is a toss up, but then like okay, Embiid, are you injured or are you
yeah,
healthy? Like if you're healthy, I think you can win this series. Like you need a series
yeah.
defining like
You
career
know,
moment,
yeah,
and
he
this
needs to, like,
yeah,
a
like
solidified series that he
yeah.
wins straight up, complete
But it's
dominates.
hard for me to go against like what I saw from Brunson this year because like
Just
man, since Dallas days when he was Luca's boy, like he's just so good. Like and, in
yeah,
the when the stakes are higher, I feel like he gets up there just like Luca. And
100%.
so that like I think it's going 7 because I don't think MB is just gonna let this happen again, like just another flame out. Um, but it's a toss up. Like I think the Knicks can take it though. Like just on
They
paper,
could, they could.
yeah, like properly
Um,
coached and everything. But yeah,
okay, let's go to
it's a
the
very big
West.
one. Hmm.
The West is crazy. So, Kings are facing Pels tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Um, Wonder if that Zion's not playing,
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. And
I don't know
Ingram's
what's gonna
hurt.
happen. Ingram's hurt, but I think their coach said that he's gonna be playing.
Yeah,
But
but
Zion's been ruled out, I think, completely, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um, so it'll
That's
be
why
Thunder versus, I guess, Kings or Pels. I don't know who
it's
wins
what
it,
it's
but
looking like the Kings, but
yeah.
yeah, like the
I don't.
beam.
I think it's because it's the Thunder's first series. I feel like they'll give a couple games away, but I think they'll win either way. Whoever they play 4-2,
Yeah,
as long as Shea keeps his averages, we gotta see it. I gotta see it. The last time Shea played in the playoffs, he was young and CP in the bubble, so I
yeah,
gotta see it.
yeah. No, I think the OKC can win it because, but I think it's gonna go like 7 games because
Yeah, that could
Kings,
be.
the Kings, I think they get up for it. Like
Yeah,
their atmosphere is
they're
great
also such
too.
an insane, like, they're such a hot team. Like, when they get hot, like,
Yeah,
you're watching against the Warriors, like,
yeah.
they get so live,
It's
and
funny
I
you should
forget three
say
games
that
at home. So, yeah,
because they have remnants of, and I think it's because of Mike Brown coming from Golden
yeah, like
State. So I think he instilled a lot of like the
like
values
the
in there.
2015 Warriors, and
Yeah, where it's
they
just
go
like
them runs, and yeah,
Dub
they
Nation
go
lock
crazy.
in, Roracle,
Yeah,
like the beam. They have this culture there. So and I think for OKC, like again, we talked about it last episode with their crowd and fun to see that crowd again with the
yeah.
blue shirts and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it'll be like just a young versus young insane battle. Whoever tires out first loses. Like whoever blinks gets punched in the face, I think. And it's going like 7. But I think OKC can edge it out though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next series, this is the best series of the playoffs.
Oh
Clippers
yeah.
versus Mavs.
Yes.
This is the
Yeah.
hardest series to predict. Like, easily the hardest series to predict. I don't know. You go first. I don't know.
Let me. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I think Kyrie and Luca. Like, I'm a big Luca fan,
Yeah.
obviously, but like I think this year, and it's funny because Jason Kidd, I feel like has been a little quiet, like in terms of people talking about him and stuff. But somehow they strung together this like
They
chemistry.
have they had so much injuries this season. We
Yeah,
can't
and they
say that
kept
enough,
it
you
together.
know?
They held it
Yeah.
together. Luca went insane, but I think Kyrie joined the ride. We talked
Well,
about Dallas.
the last 10 games, last 10, 15 games of the season when both Luka
Yeah,
and Kyrie been healthy, they've been going off.
they've been going off. So, and I
I think
think
they won
like
16 out of their last
look,
something.
like the Clippers look like a funny little Avengers team, but it's like
Mhm.
you don't know what to expect. They have a lot of like disarray, and it's like you don't expect them. Like Kawhi, all-time playoff performer. Like we'll see. Like when he's healthy, man, like it's just he's
Yeah.
crazy. Paul George, James Harden, like all these other pieces. Like it's. I think Dallas is
Paul
like.
George, James Harden,
I think
man.
Dallas being so
That's an
locked in
insane combo.
together
Yeah.
is gonna get them in. Like they can take it in 7 or
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Paul George, James Harden is like the most nastiest playoff combo you can have.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I was leaning Clippers though, but
Yeah.
this is going 7. This is going 7.
It's going the
It's going
distance.
7.
Yeah, he's going 12 rounds.
I think Luka's just a clutcher player. If Kawhi turns into God again, I'm okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give it to the Clippers. I'm gonna give it to the Clippers. They'll go 7 games. I'll give it to the Clippers. That
Mhm.
sucks though. Mavs, Luka losing to the Clippers like 3 times.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's like, again. Wait, the
Yeah.
winner of this series versus like Thunder and Kings, right? Like that's
Yeah.
how the thing goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So Timberwolves versus Suns is the next series.
That's
KD
interesting.
versus Jaden McDaniels. No, I got a hot take.
Script writers.
I got a hot take. The Wolves are winning this in 5 or 6. I don't think I
Oh,
know the entire season the Suns have been whooping the Wolves ass.
yeah.
I got the Wolves, dude. I definitely got the Wolves this season. I got them. I don't know what it is. I also think the Suns are like a joke to me. I find them such a hilarious team to me.
The roster.
I think the
Yeah.
Timberwolves defense is insane. I think their coaching has been on fire this season. They're the number 1. They're the number 3 seed for a reason. I'm giving the Timberwolves. I'm gonna say 5 or 6 games. I'll say 6 games to be safe.
So that's the thing with these two teams, because you have a great like good team
Yeah,
in the Timberwolves, but you have supernovas
yeah. You got
in Kevin Durant and
serious.
Devin Booker,
Yeah,
and then there's the rest of that team. So it's
and
like
Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's been playing good
oh
this
yeah,
last.
yeah,
This
okay,
last
shout out
stretch.
Beal.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Beal's kind of like coming into it, but like
yeah,
especially those two, right? And it's like sometimes okay, so I think like the Minnesota's a better team. They can lock
yeah.
in. They're just gonna take care of this in like 6 games. But they're not as tested, I feel like still. Like,
Yeah. No,
like
I'll give
now
you that.
look, Ant can become like he'll have to show like last year was a cool series. He played his mind out, but it's like
Yeah,
now you have to realize like how to translate that into winning and taking over games. Like you need 4 wins, go get him.
yeah.
Kevin Durant has been there, and it's funny when we talk about Booker, but Booker's did that. Like he's been a part of
Well, we
these.
watched that Nuggets series. That first 6 games, he was
Yeah.
averaging like 80% shooting. He turned on Michael Jordan. But then
So
this is my problem. Let me just say this. This
the
is my problem. The Suns need to rely on either KD or Book
yeah,
going off for 35 a night. I
yeah,
don't think that's realistic,
yeah,
especially against that defense.
yeah.
All right, continue on.
No, so last year when we were talking about the Nuggets and the Suns,
Yeah,
I was like one of the few people I feel like that was like funny enough because I feel like that was the first.
I think us were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Like it was like, oh, he's averaging 80% from the field, this and that. Like a lot of people, especially like I feel like social media is like, oh, the Suns are gonna take it. They
yeah.
can't stop them, this and
I
that.
was
And
like buying the jig.
no, we were just like, no, I think they're just gonna like, like they're like the experienced boxer, like the Nuggets.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just gonna get
Mhm.
tired,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna take over and win on
yeah,
technicality and just beat you
exactly.
up. And I think the Timberwolves might do that this year with them. It's like a similar vibe, and it's like,
Yeah,
and
that's
yeah,
what.
they don't have Jokic, but it's like Ant-Man. It's like, yo, we got Anthony Edwards, like
Yeah,
what I mean? I got
no,
Ant-Man,
100%.
like he can go off too. And
I think
is
the
Carl
series comes.
healthy? That's the thing too.
I was just gonna say. I think the
Man.
series comes down as Cat. If Cat's healthy, and if
Yeah,
Jaden McDowell can score more than 0 points per game. I think
yeah.
that's what it
So
is.
honestly, this series is gonna might go the distance though, low key, because there's some
Dude, the
like
West is crazy, bro.
shithousery
Other
or
than
something. Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah. But okay,
Um,
wait. Are we?
what's your prediction?
Oh,
For
for
the
that
series?
one, I think it will be the thing in 6, Minnesota in 6.
Okay, okay. Same.
Wait, is the next the one? Is
The
it?
one, yeah.
Wait. Okay, I got this one. This one. Wait, what time is it? 10. It's 11 o'clock. Did you pray namaz today, bro? Join
Nah,
me. Join me, bro.
in a prayer.
We need to.
Allah,
We
please
just
help us. Help us.
please,
Please. I need okay, wait. Just
please,
give me one game in Denver. One game and I'll believe.
just one. We just need one. And when it comes down to the 2 minute mark, and the game is we're down by 3 or we're up by 4,
Dude,
please.
I tweeted today.
I just need to see the ball go in the net.
I tweeted today when I see Jokic hit a turnaround three with 23 seconds left from the half court line
Yeah.
to game us. I'm gonna break my entire setup. Like I'm gonna lose my mind, dude.
This is
That's
all
true.
heart. I feel
This
like
is pure bias. This is pure bias. Okay, but this is my technical thing. If Lakers can get a game, one game, because our series has been so close with them. Every game for the last 8 games, it's always going down to the wire.
yeah.
The Nuggets, I mean, Jokic even said it. We're literally we played them the best their entire in the playoffs last season.
He said stop talking about the whole sweep stuff. Like it was a hard sweep or whatever. Yeah.
Give me one game. I think the players just gotta see one win. Just
That's
one
what I'm saying
win.
though. It's like watching the ball go in the net.
Exactly. Just
Like,
give me one win.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we can win this. So no predictions from me. When game 2 comes around, after game 2,
Talk soon.
If we're 0-2, we're not talking about them ever again. If we're 1-1, we're back.
So look, it's funny because we still don't have we didn't do a soccer episode yet, but when it comes to the Lakers, I'm an Arsenal fan. No, I'm joking. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just belief.
Pure delusion.
Pure delusion. Especially against the Nuggets. Any other team, we would have had a concise argument here. But
any other team, I'm whooping your ass.
Okay, so shout out to it's funny because I guess I'm quoting Nick right here because he said if you get them early, LeBron's healthy enough, AD's not tired, like nobody's tired. No, just punch him in the face and run. But like that's the thing. And okay, so I think you need what's that called? Irrational confidence to beat this Nuggets team if you're wearing a Lakers jersey. If you're D'Lo, if you're Reeves, like conventional basketball might not work. It's just one of those things you just gotta like throw some haymakers and hope it lands because like okay, Darvin Ham is not going to out coach Mike Malone here, but we somehow end up in the thick of it at the last 5 minutes, the last 2 minutes.
Clutch situation. It's always
execute us. Basketball.
I've never been in a place, and I've watched LeBron his whole entire career and every playoff series I've watched. I've never been in a situation where I was like, holy shit, like these guys, like there's another player on the opposite side of the court who's more clutch, who can facilitate. I mean, facilitate a more clutch
as good as him,
a more clutch offense than LeBron. Like LeBron is Mr. Clutch.
Yeah.
He's the most clutch player ever statistically. That, but that series against the Nuggets last year, I was like, dude, how does this dude, him and Jamal Murray, keep doing this to us?
No, it felt like those anime where it's like the main character can't get over the hump. Like that guy's too good. He's too good. So like hopefully it's funny because bro,
one game. Give me one game.
Who's 40 years old? We're talking about this, but it shows how good LeBron still is, and it shows how amazing Nikola Jokic is. So like,
Jokic is the GOAT of this generation.
And like, maybe if Anthony Davis decides that no, I'm just as good for 7 games. For 7 games,
just 4.
Actually 4. Like, just for like whatever. For this series, he decides that I'm just like in the bubble where he's like nobody's better than Anthony Davis, and I'm like, wait a minute, yo, AD, what are you doing?
Chill. We gotta get our 4th Finals MVP. You know,
So like, if he becomes that again, and it's funny because they beat them in the conference finals that year too.
Yeah, dude, Lakers. My only advice: go hire Rondo for the next 2 weeks and let him coach.
What did you think about Rondo saying put Jokic more in action, bring him out?
Yeah, my problem is with the I told you this, but
Make it
the
move. Yeah.
problem is with the Lakers is that our guard spots are just like their guard spots annihilate our guard spots. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like Jamal Murray, KCP, or
Yeah.
they're just in the system that they are in.
Yeah.
They just abuse our guards, and our guards can't do the same to them for some reason. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but
That's what I'm
they
saying. Like
can't.
D'Lo,
This is
Reeves, you
literally
guys show confidence
the
time.
biggest deload Reeves series ever.
Yeah.
And if Anthony Davis can be the third best player in the series, we got a chance. Like
Yeah.
Jamal Murray cannot be the clear third best player in the series. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Even
So
he was maybe even the second best player in that series last year.
yeah.
You know, that's on he was averaging like almost 30 a game. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
it for that.
for the
Um,
viewers, just to end that series off, we're basically we basically gave the Nuggets all their props there. So
yeah.
you guys know what it means.
Maybe I will.
So yeah.
We believe Lakers Volume 3.
But yeah, anyway, so that's what we got for today's episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today on the Ridgeway Pod. I'm your host, Udoy and Ushmoy.
Thank you guys.
Again, please keep supporting, showing us that love. We really appreciate it. It's very motivating.
Giving us that feedback too. You know, let us
100%.
know what we can do to improve and stuff like that. Eventually we're gonna try to get some guests on, to talk about certain topics.
Yep, have more opinions.
And we're definitely our next episode will be the inaugural soccer pod. We'll be talking about everything soccer, what's going on in the Prem and the UCL, because a bunch of big games just going on all the time.
Yeah.
Other than that, thanks you guys so much for watching and listening.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, please hit that subscribe button. You can also listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So yeah, we're now with those people with their platform.
Links in bios.
Links in bios. There you go. I never thought I'd ever say that, but thanks again.
Yeah, have a good one. Take care, guys.